QQQ calls here off this retest of support. Let's take a bounce here. Okay, we got that close. We gotta sell out. We gotta sell out. Filled me in for 330. Currently down 10% on this one. We're gonna try our best to hold it for some more pushes, but it's not looking too promising. So this is how you take losses. It's totally fine. Still trading the same type of setups I would even in a normal market. It is what it is. We gotta move on to the next day, move on about our life, come back tomorrow. Good morning, my fellow traders. Time is currently 6:50 a.m. 20 minutes after the market opens, and market looks horrible again as far as we broke all-time highs. Not too sure if I even plan on really trading anything because everything just ran in the pre-market. Doesn't mean we can't catch a trade. It's just there's no setups right now, unfortunately. Apple's at all-time highs, Amazon's at all-time highs, SPY's at all-time highs, and a couple other stocks are rejecting here, and SPX is at all-time highs, QQQ, everything is just running up. So we're gonna see what we can catch. Still, of course, if I live trade anything, I'll live trade it, show my screen, show my face, show my P&L, and I'm gonna show you guys how it's done. Landry Capital, the first 11 minutes and made 208 off of QQQ puts, which I actually don't have it up, so I can't show you guys, but he made $200 here, 208 off QQQ puts right in the morning. Now he's looking at Tesla. Actually, he's in a Tesla put right now, which doesn't look bad. The market is here around all-time highs, so you gotta be careful. The only setup that I could actually take here is potentially NVIDIA calls right at this bounce. I don't usually trade bounces, or just not my type of trading style where it pulls back to a support level. I take calls on it. I usually take breakout trades, so this is not a breakout trade, but I'm gonna watch this one and see how I could have made money if I do enter here. Because I could enter right now at the support for only $150 a piece. It is a bounce here. You guys see on the 15-minute time frame, but I'm not a bounce type of trader, so we're just gonna watch it though, see what it does. Actually bounced at that call level right there. I could have took that one, but that's not my type of trading style. But I did watch a video on it. People do trade like this where they wait for it to come, fat retest at support level, and just take calls right away. I like to wait for candle closes to make sure, but they mentioned take calls as close as you can to the support level. And if I would have done that, them call contracts we saw for going for 150, now they're at 182, so extra $30, which is 20%. So that would have been a 20% trade right here as we speak. Currently off a nice bounce, 5 minutes, gaining some good volume. 5-minute candles going bullish engulfing, and it closes literally in 45 seconds. So I'll keep that in mind. Maybe I'll trade something like that for fun here and there. I do have a trade idea like that on SMCI, just waiting for it to actually happen though. I'll show you guys. So SMCI has a similar setup like I just showed you guys on NVIDIA on the 15-minute time frame, but this is the 4 hour. So you guys see a little bit of support here. If SMCI touches that support, maybe I might do what NVIDIA just did and take calls at that bounce just to see if this type of trading style works. It's not my type of trading style, but it looks pretty good. It's super simple. So I couldn't even record this trade that I literally just took. I entered it so freaking fast, sold out so freaking fast. I'm gonna show you guys my orders, show you guys I'm not capping, because this was a single minute trade. Got in 2 of them for 111, sold 1 of them for 136, and the last one a minute later at 137. They're still going crazy. Currently at 139. Nice little 22%, 25% gain. Up only $50 on the day, so that's still pretty decent since we took no losses. Yesterday too, we recovered. But market's gonna be tricky because we got FOMC today, or not FOMC, but Jerome Powell. We have Jerome Powell speaking later on, so we gotta be cautious on that. But we did manage to take another trade, or one trade, and call it out too in the Discord, we said. It happened so fast though, I mean, I don't think anybody honestly caught it, but I just called it out, buying one, 12%. As soon as I entered, it just hit 12% instantly. And I exited at 134 exit. So that was a good trade. So I'm just watching the price action right now, but SPY on the 30 minutes looks pretty solid as far as we got a tight range here. It's going sideways in the 30-minute time frame. Hourly has a long wick to the downside. A decent amount of buyers, to be honest, very strong buyers. They do keep stepping in. So we did take QQQ calls earlier, and as we watch the whole market, a lot of stocks do have potential to climb even more higher. Now, I don't really plan, I hate trading at all-time high. I did take QQQ calls at all-time high, so that was pretty risky, but it still paid out pretty nicely. But 30 minutes on SPY, we gotta wait for a nice direction first before we enter anything else. We gotta make sure that 30 minutes picks a direction. The only thing I don't like if I do try to take shorts or puts is that we got long wicks to the downside, indicating that buyers keep stepping in. So what could happen is we just pull on down here strong and then long wick to the upside again, or to the downside. So we gotta be careful if that happens. This is a trade setup that I'm thinking about taking here soon, in the next 2 minutes, or potentially another 15-minute candle close. But the buyers are getting stronger. This is the most recent resistance on SPY, and I've been eyeing it too. They look pretty good. I'm not even gonna lie. Eyeing some QQQ calls here off this retest of support, almost a 90 EMA on the 15 minutes. Contracts going for 111, and I'm debating about entering some, to be honest. Let's take a bounce here. We're gonna take just 2 of them. This shit's going down 7% here already. Contracts dropped from $115 to $99, so $15 loss on this one if we do cut it. It's currently at stop loss, so stop loss is 13% L. We'll still be in profits, which is totally nice, but we need this hold here. We got 1 more minute for this 5-minute candle close. I am gonna exit on a 5-minute candle close if we do. There we go, we're getting a bounce there. Long wick to the downside. 5 minutes closed decently, but SPY just flipped green, so that's important. That's very important for us. All right, so our last 5 minutes closed literally on support, so I can hold it for 1 more 5 minutes for this full 15-minute candle close. Everything looks pretty scary as far as SPX, SPY. I mean, they're a little bit out of support here again. So I had the opportunity to close for a very small, for break even practically. Currently down $2, $0 now, but we need this 5 minutes, guys. We need this last little 5 minutes to close. I don't mind holding it for 1 more 5 minutes. Okay, we got that close. We gotta sell out. We gotta sell out. So guys, I took 2 trades, 2 call outs. One of them paid $22 if you took 1 single contract on the first one, and then the second one was a loss. $18 if you took 1 single contract, and I had 2 for both of them. And it did put me down negative $9 on the day. I'll show you guys here, and I'll show you guys my orders. Unfortunately, called both of them out. Somebody did take both of those with me. We tried to play some all-time high break of this little support bounce on this QQQ trade. I am eyeing some SPX to try to take some calls on for a quick, just in and out scalp to just make a quick $30, $40, $50. Let me show you guys my orders. So here's QQQ right here, and here's my field orders. And you can see I bought 2 QQQs and 2 more QQQs for a call on this bounce. It's currently bouncing, unfortunately, so I hate when it happens, but it is what it is. Gotta look for a next trade, and currently I'm eyeing some SPX for either a quick scalp trade. I prefer puts, but we gotta follow the market trends, so we gotta be careful if we do take this last trade. That QQ trade that I got out, guys, oh my god, look what it's doing now. That shit is pumping. Exactly what I kind of wanted it to do, except never close below that support and ended up closing below that support. But after we got that close, literally just a straight rocket. Those things are up fat now. So I'm debating about taking these SPX calls here. 5 minutes looking decent, and I'm just looking for a quick in and out trade. They're currently at 350. I wanted to get in at $300. So I don't want to get in at 350. The 5 minutes looks good on SPX. I want to get a good entry. I want them to come back down to like $300, then I'm in. And we just set an order for 320. That's 330. Filled me in for 330. No, my mom's calling me right in the mid chat. Hey, mom.
He said, what time are you going to be at the shop?
So my mom just called me midway as we're in this last trade. It's holding that support nicely, which is perfect. Down only 3%. It's about to bounce here. 20 seconds for this 5 minute candle to close. If this thing can hold the way it is, it should pay out. This is a decent setup, but so hard playing all-time highs. Market's going all-time highs. Okay, I gotta bounce. I won't be able to finish this trade on the screen, so I'm just gonna manage it in my car. Just keep it on with an alert set just in case I gotta exit or hit for a stop loss. Either one. So far, it's just going sideways on the 5 minutes. You guys can see here, 15 minutes looking weird. Everything's looking weird right now. So currently down 10% on this one. We're gonna try our best to hold it for some more pushes, but it's not looking too promising. So I just got demolished on some SPX calls, man. Let me show you guys. I got faked out so hard, but even if I would have held through the fake out, I probably still would have closed for a loss because let me show you guys this, and let me be transparent with y'all. I got fucking clapped, man. So I was in some SPX calls. I live traded for you guys as well. Reason why I took it is because it was a retest at this little area of support. So I, try to trust it. I was watching 5 minutes with you guys. We were on the screen recording together. And unfortunately, this candle right here dipped so freaking hard. Put me down $124 on the day, guys. So SPX does the longest wick to the upside, closes above my support level, and then pushes up for another fake out to the upside. So either way, even if I would have held through this 5 minute candle close, I like to close for 5 minute candles. That push, I would have thought maybe here's a push, and then here we are again, rejecting back down. So either way, I would have got wrecked. I'm very certain. But man, done trading SPX for right now. Because SPX can pay you, of course, everybody knows that. But if you catch the wrong side on SPX, instant 30% L. Now, if you catch the right side of SPX, instant 30% plus, which is what usually happens. So I decided to, let me trade some SPX, turn my $9 loss into a quick $50 gain. That shit turned me to a $100 loss. Is what it is though, guys. We always move on to the next one. This is how you take losses. It's totally fine. Still trading the same type of setups I would even in a normal market. Now we are trading all-time highs, so it's very difficult to try to catch. And I'm trying to follow trend. As you guys saw, all my trades today were calls. So I try to take some. So I took a good entry on some calls in the morning, off some QQQ calls, and then I try to re-enter on a bounce of support. Got faked out because it ended up pumping up right after, and then I took some SPX calls, got faked out too. But either way, that would have been a loss. There's just no way I would have been able to hold and try to catch a pump. So anyways, guys, it's what it is. We got to move on to the next day, move on about our life, come back tomorrow and do the same thing as far as try take only good trade setups.
Dreaming about you.